I'm planning on cheating on my husband, but I don't know if I could actually go through with it. I love him so much, but I want to experience new things. I never thought I'd be writing something like this. But here I am, sitting in front of my laptop, heart pounding, feeling like I'm carrying a secret that's too heavy to hold inside. I'm 34F, married to my husband, 36M, for 7 years. We met when we were young, 19 and 21, and from the beginning, I knew he was someone special. He's kind, funny, dependable, and I've trusted him with my whole heart. We build a life together that a lot of people envy, a cozy home, a steady income, friends who adore us, and a marriage that looks solid on the outside. But inside me, it's a mess. For months now, I've been battling this restless feeling. It's like a fire that won't go out no matter how much I try to smother it. I love my husband. I really do. I want to be with him. But I also want something more, something different. I struggle to put it into words. It's not just about sex, though that's part of it. Our sex life is good, sometimes even great, but it's become predictable. Comfortable, but predictable. What I crave is excitement. The thrill of being wanted by someone new, someone unfamiliar. The spark of surprise in a touch, a glance, a whispered word. I want to feel seen in a way I haven't felt in years. I want to experience desire in a raw, wild, unfamiliar way. It's like a whole part of me is aching for adventure, but I don't want to lose what I have with my husband. It started as harmless curiosity, a conversation here, a harmless flirt there, but it's grown into something more intense. I've met someone online. We connected quickly. He's smart, kind, and I feel this instant chemistry with him. We talk about everything. Our dreams, our fears, our frustrations. It's like this safe space where I can be someone new, someone exciting. We haven't met in person yet, but I'm thinking about it. Just once, just to see if I can feel that spark in real life. Even writing that scares me. The thought of hurting my husband breaks my heart. I cry almost every day. I hate myself for feeling this way. I feel like I'm betraying the man who's given me so much love, loyalty, patience. I think about how devastated he would be if he found out. I imagine the hurt in his eyes, the questions he'd ask, the trust that would be shattered. And yet, part of me feels trapped. Like if I don't take this risk, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. Like I'm missing out on something essential. It's not just the cheating itself. It's what this means about me. Am I selfish? Am I greedy? Am I not enough for him? Or is this just human? To want new experiences, to crave passion and excitement? I'm terrified that no matter what I choose, I'll lose something precious. If I cheat, I might lose my husband. If I don't, I might lose myself. Sometimes I think about telling him how I feel. Maybe if I'm honest, we can work through this. Maybe we can find ways to bring excitement back without breaking us. But I'm scared. Scared that telling him will hurt him. Scared that it will change how he sees me forever. I don't want to be judged. I just want to know if I'm alone in feeling like this. If anyone else has faced this kind of intense inner conflict, loving your partner but craving something new. Can love survive this kind of temptation? Is it possible to feel both deep love and desire for something different? How do you make the choice between security and adventure when both feel so important? TLDR, I love my husband deeply, but I'm thinking about cheating because I want to experience new excitement and passion. I'm overwhelmed with guilt and fear, but don't know how to handle these conflicting feelings. Update, I didn't cheat, but I'm still wrestling with these feelings, and it's been a painful, eye-opening journey. Hey everyone! It's been a few months since I posted about planning to cheat on my husband but feeling stuck in a whirlwind of guilt, love, and desire for something new. I wanted to update you all because this experience has changed me, our relationship, and how I see myself in ways I never expected. Thank you all for your thoughtful replies last time. Reading your stories and advice helped me realize I wasn't alone in feeling conflicted and broken. When I first started chatting with that guy online, it felt like a secret world, a place where I could be someone else, someone exciting. I felt alive in a way I hadn't for years. But as the days passed and the idea of meeting in person grew closer, anxiety started crushing me. I remember sitting in my car one night, heart racing, staring at the phone, ready to say yes to meeting him. But I couldn't. I felt like my whole body was screaming, "Don't do this." I thought about my husband, his laugh, how he looks at me when I'm not paying attention, all the little things that make up our life. And then I thought about the damage one choice could cause. That night, I deleted the chat app. 4 weeks after, I was a mess inside, torn between relief and a lingering shame I couldn't shake. I knew I couldn't keep all of this bottled up, but telling him everything felt impossible. One evening, after dinner, when the house was quiet, I sat down with him and said, "Can we talk about something important? I've been feeling restless lately. I'm scared it might hurt us if I don't say it." His eyes softened. He reached for my hand. "Whatever it is, we'll get through it." I told him I'd been feeling confused, craving excitement, scared I might make a mistake. I left out the chat and the meeting plan. I wasn't ready for that level of honesty yet, but I shared the emotions, the guilt, the confusion. He listened without interrupting. When I finished, he admitted he'd felt similar restlessness in his own way, but hadn't known how to say it. We cried together. It was raw and ugly, but it was real. That night felt like a turning point. We made a pact to be more open with each other, even about things that scared us. We started small, surprising each other with date nights, trying new activities, sharing fantasies we'd never spoken aloud. We even went to couples therapy, not because things were broken, but because we wanted tools to strengthen what we had. Therapy sessions were intense. We uncovered how much we'd stopped really seeing each other in day-to-day life. The routines, the comfort, had masked a slow emotional drift. Slowly, we found new ways to connect. Holding hands on morning walks, cooking together, texting little compliments throughout the day. The physical part of our relationship started to feel exciting again, not because it was new, but because it was intentional and deeply connected. I also spent a lot of time working on myself. Therapy helped me realize that craving excitement doesn't make me a bad wife or person, it makes me human. I started journaling regularly, trying to understand the root of my restlessness. Was it boredom? Fear of missing out? A need for personal growth? I began exploring new hobbies, things I never tried before because I'd been so focused on us. I took dance classes, started painting, and reconnected with old friends. Those things helped me reclaim a sense of identity outside of my marriage, which ironically made me feel more grounded in my marriage. It hasn't completely disappeared. I still feel pangs of guilt when I think about how close I came to crossing that line. But now, instead of beating myself up, I try to be gentle with myself. Mistakes don't have to define me, and I'm learning that love isn't about never feeling tempted or restless. It's about choosing each other, even when it's hard, messy, or uncomfortable. Our relationship isn't perfect, nothing is. But it's evolving. We're not the same couple we were 7 years ago, and that's okay. We're building something deeper, more authentic. I still sometimes feel that itch for adventure, but now I try to talk about it or channel it into growth rather than hiding it or running from it. If you're feeling torn like I was, please know, you're not alone. Your feelings don't make you a bad person. Being honest, even partially, is a brave first step. Growth takes time, patience, and sometimes professional help. Love is messy, but it can also be beautiful and resilient. TLDR, I didn't cheat, but I came close. I told my husband about my feelings of restlessness, without all the details at first. We started rebuilding trust and intimacy through therapy, honesty, and new experiences. I'm growing personally and learning to be gentle with myself. If anyone wants, I can share more about how therapy worked for us or how we rebuilt intimacy step by step. Thanks for reading and for the support. Update with a twist. Things got much more complicated, and it broke me in ways I didn't expect. Hey everyone, I've been reading through the comments and thinking about how much this community helped me face my own feelings. I thought I was ready to share the next part of my story, but it's been hard to put into words. What I'm about to say is raw and painful, but I want to be honest with you all. After I posted last time, I felt a fragile kind of hope. I hadn't cheated, and I had finally told my husband about my feelings, the restlessness, the temptation, the fear of what might happen if I didn't confront it. I left out some details, but I told him enough for him to understand that something was wrong. For a few weeks, things seemed to improve. We talked more, we laughed more, and we tried new things together. It felt like we were breaking out of the emotional rut we'd been stuck in for years. But then one evening, I was looking for something on his phone. He had left it unlocked, and I saw a message from a woman I didn't recognize. My heart dropped. I almost looked away, but curiosity and fear pushed me forward. The texts weren't innocent. They were full of intimate plans, promises of seeing each other soon. My chest tightened so much I could barely breathe. The next day was one of the hardest days of my life. I showed him the messages and asked him, voice trembling, "Is this true? Have you been with her?" He didn't try to deny it. Instead, he collapsed, tears spilling down his face. He told me everything, how he'd been feeling lonely, disconnected, the same restlessness I had felt, but he didn't know how to talk to me about it. He'd made a terrible mistake. He cheated. I felt like my entire world was unraveling. How could this happen after I'd been honest? After I'd poured my vulnerability into him? I felt betrayed, angry, hurt beyond words. At the same time, I felt guilt. Was my own temptation a part of this? Had I created a distance between us by keeping things inside for so long? We didn't know what to do next. For weeks, we barely spoke except to argue or cry. We were living like strangers in the same house. Eventually, we decided to try couples therapy again. The sessions forced us to dig deeper than ever before, into fears, disappointments, secrets, and pain we'd both hidden. It was brutal. There were moments when I wanted to give up, but there were also moments of honesty and tenderness that reminded me why I loved him. Love isn't always safe or easy. Sometimes it's messy, painful, and full of mistakes. Betrayal cuts deep, but it doesn't always have to be the end. Being truly vulnerable, showing your darkest fears and failures, is terrifying, but it can open the door to real connection. Healing isn't linear. There are good days and bad days, and that's okay. We're still broken in places. We have a long way to go, but for the first time in years, I feel like we're facing our problems together, not hiding from them or pretending everything is fine. I'm learning to forgive, not just him, but myself too. I'm learning that restlessness and desire don't mean I'm a bad person or a bad wife. They mean I'm human. If you're dealing with temptation, betrayal, or the messy aftermath, please know you're not alone. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to fight for love, even when it hurts. TLDR, after I admitted my feelings of restlessness, my husband cheated. It devastated me, but it forced us to confront deep problems. We're working through therapy and hard conversations. It's painful and slow, but we're trying to heal. If anyone has advice on forgiveness or rebuilding trust after this kind of betrayal, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all for listening.